If you suffer from sleep paralysis, night terror, and lucid dreaming, I need your help and I have a request. Please stick with me, I swear this is gonna be interesting. Look at this scenario behind me. You guys have no idea how much I had to walk to reach this place and all of the uneven terrain to reach this abandoned house, which is a perfect scenario for today's video. There is a lake behind me, so I will get inside the house so the wind doesn't screw up the recording, alright? Greetings, Dreamwalkers. Welcome to Iliaster, PewDiePie's favorite channel, your realm of personal development, stoicism, cyber alchemy, and parasomnia. Today's video is going to be one of the most important videos of this channel. So please give the thumbs up, help a brother out, subscribe to the channel, activate the notifications so you receive it whenever there's a new video. Videos every Thursday at noon PM Eastern Time. So as we explore this abandoned house together, I will develop the theme of the video. I'm not sure what the title is gonna be, but I want to establish a Dreamwalker covenant here. Because as some of you might know, in this channel, I share a lot of my sleep paralysis, night terrors, false awakening, parasomnia, you name it, that I've had my share of, as far as I recall, for the last 16 years at least. And I have been haunted and persecuted by these hallucinations or creatures, whatever you name it, in my sleep. And for, if you are starting to experiencing it, or if you kind of have it in a regular basis, you don't need to be afraid. There is a way out, and we can go even further. Look at that. I think this is an ancient oven. Wow. What they used to bake here, bread. Astonishing place. So bear with me, guys. I'm all over the place, but the scenario deserves it, and there's no wind. We are indoors, of course. As the years went by, I've been learning how to control these situations and to interact with these creatures even. And I have received a message that I want to share here with you, and the reason I asked for your help is because I think there's more to it, and I go beyond. There's definitely a black swan for us to uncover. I'm going upstairs now. Yeah, a stairs full of cracks and I'm walking it. So there's a couch here, a poltron. So yeah, cool place. Let's show you around a bit more. Whoa, yeah, that's not stable. That's why I wanted to convey this message for those of you who suffer from sleep paralysis, especially. Because I tell you, you are not alone. I've been reading a lot about this subject, and there are ways you can manipulate the environment to your favor, and I have been making some progress on that. And one of the things that's been happening to me, let's say, whenever I have an episode of sleep paralysis, I try to fight it instinctively, like punching and kicking the creature, which is most of the times invisible, but it has this habit of grabbing my feet and dragging me around the environment. Usually it's my house, it's like my bedroom, the exact environment I'm at, like an astral projection with slight differences in some characters, and sometimes it grabs my feet, twirls me in the air. Sometimes it tries to suffocate me, like grabbing my neck. So it's occurring patterns of those who suffer from sleep paralysis. When I'm asleep like that, paralyzed, sometimes I manage to activate the lucid dreaming mode, which is you are aware of what's going on and you have more autonomy to manipulate the events around you. So what happens is that oftentimes there seems to be a message, I'm not joking, that I am supposed to read, to acknowledge and to understand, but I'm not sure what's that about. So in order to activate lucid dreaming, I often ask like what day is it, what time, what day of the week for any characters, and they've given me some answers that helps me activating, keeps control of the dreaming because I know I'll be waking up soon. Also, I feel the texture of the walls. I stare myself in the mirror. All of those things to enhance that you are in control of that dream and you have more power to do the things you are supposed to do. So one of the things I've been mentalizing to make progress is to ask the creature or the characters the following question, and that's the important part of the video. If you suffer from that, and if you are making progress, I want you to mentalize this question and start to ask away whether it's for the creature that's trying to hang you or any character in this episode. So that's the question. What's the one truth we are not supposed to know? What's the one truth we are not supposed to know? Oh, the photography here looks really great. This scenario is astounding. Wow. Why is that so blue? Can you see that? Right here. It's the light, but in the camera it looks so blue. Wow, let me get closer. Look, it depends on the angle. It's blue, it's beautiful. Looks like an enchanted object. So, why am I asking you this? I want to collect clues and start to unveil this message because there are things we are not supposed to know that these creatures, the very power of our subconscious might reveal to us. Don't think I came here empty-handed. I will give my first clue, the message I receive, a revelation, so we can start building up, so we can start solving this puzzle together. Call me crazy, insult me, whatever, I don't care. I think this is a very cool stuff we are onto, and we should be exploring this further. So, the message I received, I was pretty much in a sleep paralysis and the creature was dragging me all over one of the houses I lived in the past. After making the recognition, like touching the wall, I went outside and then I entered in a place that seemed like a very fancy restaurant with like piano, and a stage where a band like was gonna play or something, and there was these folders attached to the how do you name that thing, the music partiture, that you put like the notes of the music, that notebook with the music notes. There was like a folder attached to it, and when I picked that folder, I looked at it. There was a 4-leaf clover in the left corner, and there was a message exactly like this in German. Leerredung aktiviert im Axis in 8. I will put it written here. And I had to read, when I looked at it, I knew it was something important. And I had to make a tremendous effort. So I read like 5 times. So I make sure I memorized that sentence because it felt important. And when you are in these situations of lucid dreaming and sleep paralysis and all, the part of your brain, I'm stepping on a door here. The part of your brain that is supposed to save information is not activated properly. So it's far more difficult. It's far more difficult to save specific information on these dreams, specific names that you are given, dates or whatever. So you have to make a huge effort to store this information when you wake up. And I was with this question in my mind. What's the one truth we are not supposed to know? I knew I had to look for the answer to this question within that dream. And that's the first clue I was given. Leerredung activiert im Axis im Art. And of course, I went to AI, tried to translate it, and the response was like amazing. Apparently, Leerredung, it's a neologism. It's not a German word. I'm not fluent in German, but I speak a little bit. And in German, they construct gathering several words into one. So, of course, I used AI. And if you speak German, by all means, please comment. I would like to know your input on this. So, apparently, Leerredung is something like the excitement of teaching, teacher's excitement, even arousal came up as one of the translations. But one other translation, and I found that the most interesting one, was doctrine awakening. Leerredung. Some variation of it. Of course, I will leave everything here in the description with a further detail. The doctrine awakening activiert im Axis. Axis is some sort of central control center, and it's also used in geometry, like an axis. And there is now I'm expanding a lot here, forcing the interpretation a bit, but there is also a Greek word, axia, which means something of great importance, something of great value. So, Leerredung activiert im Axis. Here it in the folder, it was in the dative case, in dem Axis. Im Axis, and then in nominative, in Art. Because there was no declination here. So, Art could mean form, but it could also be like art. Leerredung overall seems like a compound distortion, echoing Lehre, the German word for doctrine or teaching or teacher if it's Lehrer, and Errung, which means excitement. I used AI to run all the possibilities, and this blue thing is amazing. And it came up with awakening. The word for it is like Erkenntnis or Erweckung, which means awakening or revelation. And axis is the center of line being, the spine of soul, the still point. And art, like I said, it could be form or art, creativity, craft, ritual, expression, or even magic. I've made some research of this term doctrine awakening, and I came across this book I've never heard of, The Doctrine of Awakening by Julius Evola. It's apparently a Buddhist book. I started reading it. The guy's a bit controversial, but who knows? Like I said, I'm looking for a black swan, which is the verge of a super revelation that lies hidden in the realm of the unknown unknowns. So that's my first clue. I recently had another episode, and for the first time I was so aware in that dream that I felt the pressure of the sleep paralysis, but I didn't even start to resist. I let it take over me, and I advise you to do the same. Let it take over. Don't resist. It's gonna be worse. And mentalize in your mind I'm not here to fight, I'm here to talk. And then ask the question, what's the one truth we are not supposed to know? You're gonna be surprised how the creature that's been hunting you is going to react. Mine, this time we were in my bedroom and it started writing on the wall lots of words that honestly I can't remember a single thing because it was so fast. And it was like a wall like that, in shadows, and the wording was as if the sun was reflecting in the form of the letters. But I can't remember anything. One thing we discussed though, this creature this time, she was in two places. There was like this candle in my bedroom, or there is no candles in my bedroom, but in the dream was, like I said, the scenarios are the same places but slightly different. And the head of the candle reminds the doll of the Squid Game from the first game. And it had their eyes closed. And when I said, I'm not here to fight, I'm here to talk, I was staring in the face of this candle and its eyes opened. It had blue eyes. And then I asked twice, what's the one truth we are not supposed to know? And the creature, like I said, made this writing on the wall I could not read. And then it came out of my wardrobe as a doll. This time it was like a female character, and it told me, I've been hiding here all this time. Isn't that obvious? But it's gonna sound crazy, but I felt from it, from the creature, we are like bonding somehow in some twisted freaking way. We were not there to fight. It was not there to, twirl me, drag me, suffocate me. Even though sometimes when you are in a sleep paralysis state, it looks like you are fighting against gravity. Sometimes you feel like your body wants to give in. But like I said, if you let it take over you, it's likely that nothing gonna happen. If you resist, it's worse. Anyway, this video is long already. That's the message I wanted to share with you. Let's establish a covenant here. If you are advanced, I'm maximum and intermediate, but there are people that are advanced in this lucid dreaming, sleep paralysis thing. If you are an advanced, I want you to ask this question. What's the one truth we are not supposed to know? Let's share this knowledge together and see what we came up with. This message I received, like I said, like making an open translation from this term, Legeredung activiert im Axis in art, I came with this doctrine awakening. So the doctrine awakening activates in the center of things in art or through art. If this is an art, what is it then? Please share this video. I want this video to reach out to as many people as possible that suffer from these phenomenons, and let's maybe create a community and let's seek for this black swan together and see what answers we came with. And let us defy the status quo. So, thank you so much. See you in the next video. El Psy Congo.